So this next fight was kind of hard for me to pick. So the next fight we have Joel Alvarez versus Joe Duffy. This one here, I went back and forth on it a few times. I even might go back and forth on it still now. Joe Duffy is just super tough, and Joel Alvarez, he's still newer to the UFC. It's kind of hard to really make that pick there. But Joel Alvarez, I'll talk a little bit about him. He's from Spain. He's 16-2. He's 27 years old. He's 6 feet 3 inches tall, so he's pretty tall, and he's 1-1 in the UFC. Joe Duffy, he's Joe Duffy, Joe Ireland Duffy. He's from Ireland, or Joe Irish Duffy, and he's from Ireland. He's 16-4. He's 32 years old. He's 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he's 4-3 in the UFC. So tell me a little bit about these guys. What do you think?
Just like you said, man, I was going back and forth on this fight.
Yep.
These guys have a combined 24 submission victories.
That's insane.
24 submission victories. I think Duffy has 10 and Alvarez has 14.
Oh, I saw Alvarez. I only saw 9 on his record.
It's pretty crazy, dude. There's a lot.
9 and so yeah.
It might be 10 for him and 14 for Duffy. I might have got it backwards.
I don't know. I might have gotten that wrong in there.
24 submission victories between the two of them. The one thing that I like about Duffy is he's really fucking tough.
He's durable.
He's so tough. And so I'm going to go ahead right away and just say I picked Duffy to win this fight. But it was back and forth. It's a potential fight of the night. In my opinion, potential fight of the night. My thing is with Duffy is as I went back and I watched several of the other fights, and you remember his fight versus Dustin Poirier.
Yes.
That fight was super competitive, man.
It was very competitive. All of his fights have been really competitive.
Yeah, DP, and we look at where DP is now, and Duffy almost finished him twice.
Yeah.
There was one point where what did he have on him? He had like I think that was at the end of the third round. He had a triangle choke on DP where he's just landing these elbows, and DP was done. If it went another maybe 10, 15 seconds, DP was going out. He was in that
crazy.
thing deep. But that was the end of that fight, and DP won the decision, but it was a hard-fought decision.
Yeah, so you're right there when you said it. Yeah.
So they, like I said, 24 submission victories between the two of these guys.
That's insane.
I don't know. I wonder if there's been another combined record where they've got submission victories in MMA that add up to 24. Who do you think, Damian Maia versus anybody else?
I don't know. There's probably some out there.
It's pretty close. That's a lot of submission victories. So I mean, both these guys are really well versed on the ground. I think Duffy has the better stand-up, based off what I've seen.
So here's where I kind of differ with you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Duffy he has a hard time with tall guys, and he has a hard time with leg kicks. He eats a ton of leg kicks, and the taller guys. If you look at his fight where he got knocked out against what was his name? James Vick. So when he got knocked out against James Vick kind of used that height. He stood back. He landed some good leg kicks, and it was a competitive fight. It was good. Joe Duffy was in the fight. He just like he is in every fight, but that range was too much for him.
Yeah.
That height was too much of a problem for him, and that was one of James Vick's or Joe Duffy's 2 losses going in back to back. You know, he lost that one to James Vick.
Isn't James Vick like 6'3", though? And he's like
that's my
170?
Point. That's my point.
Alvarez is only 2 inches taller than Duffy.
Actually, Alvarez, I got him being 6'3" is what I have him down as. I have him as
6 feet 160, or that's a little, or 6 foot 161. So that's kind of probably his average weight. But
right here on Tapology.com says 6'3".
So it's interesting. Who knows how tall he really is?
That's why right there that kind of played a little bit into my choice.
But I don't know that he's that tall.
But it didn't play that much into my choice. Joel Alvarez is the AFL lightweight champion. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, like you said. 9 submissions. He uses his height really well, and he has some solid ground and pound. Joe Duffy, if he goes to the ground with him, despite the amount of submissions he has, I think he might be in trouble because this Alvarez guy is slick. But overall, I think that Joe Duffy's just fought the tougher competition, and I gave him the win by decision based on the fact that I think he's fought the tougher competition.
Yeah, even his Wikipedia page has him listed. Oh, no. What? This is Teb.
That's
What's
not.
going on?
I don't know where they're getting it from.
6 foot.
The
He's a
information
little
out
bit
there.
taller than Duffy. We'll just say that. Some of the other fights that he had were just absolutely insane fights.
Oh yeah, well, and he's a true mixed martial artist. So he's a black belt in Japanese jiu-jitsu. He's a purple belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and he's a black belt in Taekwondo. He's also competed as a professional in boxing. He's 7-0 as a professional in boxing. So he, as far as the competition goes, he's done it. You know, he's a true mixed martial artist. He's always trying to add new skills, and he's always trying to get better. As you can see with the fact that even though he's a Japanese jiu-jitsu black belt, he's working on getting his brown belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So, yeah, we both got Joe Duffy by decision. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
So there we go.